luckily we're sitting here talking about a win, another close win, really another come from behind win, which not good for old folks' hearts. But the ending was certainly positive for us. We're still playing hard and pretty well in some spots. Thought we got some good performances out of the front four against these guys. We had too many penalties. Most of those were PIs and on defense, and we probably were a little impatient at times offensively. But when people play you like they played us, it tends to cause you to be a little impatient. But we finally, Kenny finally got in sync with what they were doing, and we made some big plays off a little flood route and sort of generated some energy, and were able to hang on and stop them enough on defense to get the job done. It was a great venue. Thought we had a good turnout for our people. You can put 20,000 in there, it looks like it's empty though, and I think it holds like 70 something. But any win's a good win. When you're chasing opportunities in a conference race and chasing opportunities in a bowl situation, I'm tickled to get it. And I told our guys, I told y'all that what I saw on tape was not an 0-5 or whatever they were team running around and making plays and tackling. And number two may be the best football player in our league. Overall, everything. He and Eric certainly would be two guys that I would nominate. I've seen some more that I would nominate too, but Wilson was his name. I searched him out after the game to congratulate him on his efforts for their team, and Trent Miles has done a great job already, and they got good coaches. They got personnel that's good enough to win in this league. I think they'll make something happen before the year's out, but certainly over a period of time, if allowed, he'll get it done. Questions?
The game turned out to be a lot closer than a lot of people might have expected, although you had said that you weren't surprised earlier. But were you surprised that it was as close as it was at the end of the game?
Not at all. Not at all. A little bit, we were without two starters on defense first half, which we all know the story behind that, which is a saga. And then we had three starters that stayed at home due to injury, in Chitty and Chandler and Garcia. And so we're smarting from some injuries, and we're playing. I think Dalton Bennett played 102 or 3 snaps the other day. That's a lot of snaps, and I don't know if I answered your question or not. But
What does it say, like, when your team's not having its best day? This year, they're able to come up with the wins. You're still able to scrape out that close win where in years past it hasn't gone that way.
Well, I don't know that we had such a bad day. I thought our front four really played good, and front seven really played good. We made some plays across the board defensively. I heard Lou Holtz talking about tackling and playing the ball in the air. That's two things you got to do on defense in this day and age. If you don't tackle well and play the ball in the air, well, you got problems, and we got some problems in that regard that we're trying to rectify. And I think sometimes maybe that it's a natural thing almost, but to get wins when you're playing against a team, whether you're dinged up or whether you're not playing having your best day, or whether you just maybe misevaluated mentally your opponent, you know, that whatever it is to get a win instead of the other thing that you could get is a lot better. Certainly.
Defensively up front, what's been the biggest difference? Maybe you've gone already at 15 sacks. I know Gillespie was added in there late in the game, later in the game, but just what's been the difference maker up front for this team this year?
Well, I mean, I think guys, you know, numbers. You know, I thought Marty Statham probably played his best game. T. Art played really good. Gillespie certainly made a lot of things happen and played good. But we got guys that we can count on that we put in there to give them a spell every now and then, and so they're usually pretty fresh, and you know, not at least worn down totally in the clutch, and then I think that's part of it. I think experience. Most of those guys are guys that have been around and have played a bunch of games, and you know, I think that's helped us tremendously over there. And,
Now that you have a bye week, what's the focus on?
well, I'd like to get somebody well. I don't know if we're going to be able to do that or not. Doesn't look like Garcia's going to make it. He may have surgery, and you know, the pull muscle guys, man. You know, I don't know how to predict that, and I think that's it. We got three guys that are hurting on offense. Eric got his hand stomped the other day, so we got to work with that too, you know. And so, yeah, but this time of year, if you're playing pretty good schedule, which I think we do, you're gonna be dinged up a little bit. You just got to make sure you're doing your part as a player. You got to go treat. You got to treat more than once a day, and then if you're close to well, go as can. Then you need to be out there, and you need to be training your mind and your body to get back to the level that it takes to be a winning player on Saturday. And so until we can get them to that point where they'll get back out there and learn how to execute what the plan, whatever that plan is, then you know we'll have to compensate. And I thought we had a lot of guys the other day. I mentioned our left tackle playing over 100 snaps, Dalton Bennett, and Tommy played at right guard, played probably the most snaps he's ever played in a game, 67 or something like that. And but we're alternating around in there, and you know, Lassiter, Big T, Terrence, and Dalton and Tommy and Evan and two or three more guys in there. Carbine, you know, and even more. We're playing more. We're playing 8 or 9 guys, I think. So, but we still are missing Garcia and hopefully get him back. But I don't know. He's a young guy, and he's probably going to have some sort of surgery on his knee.
Coach, you were talking about being able to tackle and play the ball in the air.
Mhm.
How, with the new offenses or the most spread offenses, what do you teach them differently about playing the ball in the air?
I don't think you teach them anything different. I mean, sometimes it's natural to be able to play the ball in the air, and you know, confidence that you're going to be in the right place, and understanding how to you know, move to the receiver and look back without getting yourself out of position, and then timing yourself to go for the ball. And you know, it's not easy, you know, and I think you got to work on it in practice. I think you got to practice feeling that receiver, and if you're running, if you know, in man-to-man coverage, if you're running on an outside release, you've had to turn your back to the ball, and you got to have ability enough to stay up with the receiver. And one little misstep, he'll get leverage on you. So that means that quarterback puts it in the right place. You got problems, and then you complicate that with the back shoulder fade, which is virtually uncoverable, you know, unless you. I mean, you know, they know they're going to throw the back shoulder, and you know, you don't know. So you don't know if you need to slow down or speed up. Basically, if you feel him slowing down, you better get ready for back shoulder. That's what I would tell him. But and you know, it's sort of over the last 5-6 years that pass has come into the NFL and come into. Of course, the NFL's been doing it longer than collegiate guys probably, but it's a problem.
At 4-3, 2-1 in the conference, would you say this is where you expected to be at this point? Or are you guys below expectations? What do you think? How is your team right now?
Well, you know, I'd like to be undefeated in the league. That hasn't happened with the one score loss at Ark State. You know, scheduling is paramount. You know, how you have to approach. And here we sit now again looking at 2 road trips back to back in our league, and so you know, not anything I can do about it, not anything anybody can do about it except prepare well and go play. Probably the best defense in the league we'll play the next time we play. As far as what I can see, I've watched just a little bit this morning, and they're confident, they're old, they got experience, they got players that can run and good scheme, and so you know they'll be difficult. We'll have to execute well and play well and play hard to score enough points to win a game.
With the schedule that you're talking about coming up, is it good to have an off week this week?
Well, I'm about ready for one. I don't know about the players. I think they were too. You know, you know, we're pretty beat up. I mean, if that's a good phraseology, I'm not sure beat up if that's a good word, but that's about what we are. And you know, we've been in some tough games. We've been in some close games. We've won a couple. We've lost one in the league. And, of course, the Mississippi State game was a physical game also, which added to the situation. But, you know, you got to deal with your schedule, whatever it offers you. And, you know, we gotta make sure that we get some rest this week. We got to get some things done practice-wise this week. We got to get a lot of things done academically this week. You know, we get hit. You know, and you know, it's just college football, man. You got to do it all, and so we're working on academics today and tomorrow, and we'll practice tonight and tomorrow afternoon, and Wednesday, coach is going to recruit after that, and we'll lift and try to keep them focused on Thursday and Friday and come back to work for a full week on Sunday. That's the plan.